Now I'd like to welcome our student speaker. You've seen him at the question and answer session, and you've definitely got more than a few emails. It's Zilong Wang.
So, hello, my dear comrades. I will not do the dance because I come from a communist country. And it's so touching and surreal to see all of you coming in your seat. I may not know your name, but your face is permanently printed on your Div 3. So there comes the tiny house. Oh, there walks in the switchboard. So soon enough, you can start to create an identity separate from your Div 3. And has it really been 4 years? Whoever invented the 4-year college must have been a genius, because 3 years are definitely too short, but 4 years and 1 day are too long. We've had a life-changing time in Hampshire. During our time, we've had 3 college presidents, 3 deans of student, 4 chiefs of police, and 1.5 of a student government. We've enjoyed earthquakes, snowstorms, hurricanes, apocalypse, Mitt Romney, and we've become so much more than what we thought was possible. Hope you all got to see some really neat Div 3s yesterday. You're the real scientists who ask your own questions and invent your own methods. You studied cricket epigenetics. You used bioimagery to trace rice contamination. You went around the world to study bats and seeds dispersal. You're the entrepreneurs who turn ideas into action. You wrote a handbook for water resource conflict management. You launched an IT tech startup with your fellow student. You opened the night truck selling high-calorie food on campus. Oh, sorry, I think that's a Div 2 project. But the trapeze that was brought to campus a few days ago was indeed part of a Division 3. You embodied creativity, freedom, and interdisciplinarity. You combined science and documentary filmmaking to support shark conservation. You performed a staged pro-life conference that is smart, sharp, and sassy. You designed all the costume for your plays. You brought together theater and theory to tell the untold story of a Maoist insurgency in India. And you transformed the community garden into a wonderland of miniature installations and big hearts. And you gathered nearly 24 local musicians to create a magical night of comprovisation. So along the ways, we've learned a few things. We learned that it doesn't have to be fun. I really didn't know that you can have so much fun studying the biophysics of tip growth in lily pollen tubes for an entire year. We've learned that life, just like Hampshire courses, does not come with grades, but it always ends in a narrative evaluation. How else would you describe a eulogy? We've learned that we're not doing it right if our committees are not learning as much from us as we are learning from them. We have become better persons by going on camping trips with the outdoor program, by working at the farm, by tinkering at the Lemonson shop, by the 100+ student groups, and by the little kids at the daycare center. We've learned that it's not your problem if you don't fit in. The only time we fit in is under a tent at Hampshire. And what happens in a tent stays in a tent. If you don't fit in, more often than not, the system is not worth fitting in. And if you don't fit in even at Hampshire, that's okay, because obviously nobody does. In fact, a big chunk of our learning comes from constantly questioning whether or not we should be in college or be at Hampshire. We have left no stone unturned with our critical thinking, from the flag on the pole to the signs outside the bathroom. Occasionally, we're even critical of ourselves, which has becoming more and more frequently. We've learned to be open-minded. We will cheer for you if you come out as gay, but you're on your own if you come out as Republican. And God bless you if you're Catholic. So I hope the parents and grandparents are okay with that. It's not my view, I'm just saying what it is. And over the years, we've all stepped on a few toes. The toes at Hampshire are big, plentiful, and sensitive. And they bite. Sometimes it seems that between your toes of social justice and my toes of self-righteousness, there's not much room left to set foot on. But after navigating that dangerous path for 4 years, hopefully we've all become more conscious and compassionate. We've learned that to learn is not enough, and we must go from modes of inquiry to modes of action. We have found our heart, our place, our purpose in life. We have found our voice, our history, and discovered the unexpected and the unfamiliar. Somebody just found their voice. And as Obama once pointed out, if you've had a good education at Hampshire, you didn't build that. That's right. We didn't build our education alone. We know we didn't build that when our parents gave us their full-hearted support, but secretly, they always wonder what this Hampshire place is all about. We know we didn't build that when our professors hand back papers with more notes than our own handwriting. We know we didn't build that when we wake up to the sound of snow shoveling by the physical plant staff on the coldest day in January. And one of you also thanked the 5 college bus drivers for providing convenient and green transportation day after day. We did it with your help and with your inspiration, and we will always be grateful. And that's why later on, we really don't need our beloved alumni speaker to remind us to give back to Hampshire. Really, we will do that happily and eagerly. I've heard there's an American saying that $1 a year keeps the solicitations away. Of course, we do have regrets. We regret not getting to know more of our fellow student until it's a little too late. We regret not taking one more step outside of our comfort zone. We look at the courses offered in the fall and think that we want to take it all. But we're ready to move on because we have learned not just how to learn, but why we do what we do. In a few hours, we will venture to the other side of the tofu curtain. At least there is one benefit of graduating. That is, we can simply enjoy our cheeseburgers without being compelled to say that we're conducting a critical analysis of the unethical production of beef, the materiality and the neuroscience of chewing, and the problematic socioeconomic dynamics behind the fast food consumptions, with, of course, particular focus on underprivileged neighborhoods in New Orleans. So dear mentors, friends, and Hampshire, we look forward to a new chapter in life. Thank you for making us who we are and for allowing us to become who we want to be. As a bearded man once said, "We have nothing to lose but our chains, and we have a world to win. Carry on, comrades."